There is one fascinating idea for a Cobra Kai sequel set after Season 6, and it sounds too perfect not to happen. Cobra Kai Season 6 will be the show's final, and there are no announced plans for any sort of sequels or spin-offs. The only exception is the new Karate Kid movie, which is not directly tied to Cobra Kai but will bring the franchise back to the big screen. Still, considering how popular Cobra Kai became, it's difficult to imagine the show's universe will never be revisited at some point. Cobra Kai is concluding with a 3-part event and a total of 15 episodes, making it the show's longest season. Between the question of who will win the Sekai Taikai and the return of John Kreese, the stakes have never been higher. Described as the biggest season yet and the end of an era, Cobra Kai Season 6 can deliver a satisfying finale that none of the Karate Kid movies ever did. That said, it should not be the end of the story for the show's main characters. A Cobra Kai sequel set decades after the show would be incredible. Cobra Kai having its own Cobra Kai sounds incredibly fun. A Cobra Kai sequel series set several years or even decades after the Netflix show would be an incredible way of continuing the Karate Kid franchise's theme of legacy. Just like Cobra Kai was a sequel to the Karate Kid set more than 30 years after Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence fought each other for the first time, a Cobra Kai sequel series could revisit adult versions of characters like Miguel and Robbie. Part of what made Cobra Kai so special in the first place was the chance to revisit Johnny, Daniel, and other Karate Kid movie characters. Cobra Kai is arguably the best legacy sequel to a beloved Hollywood franchise. The show has accomplished something that not even major blockbuster sagas like Star Wars and Jurassic World have quite nailed. It successfully combined nostalgia with something new and exciting. Cobra Kai is full of cameos and callbacks to the original Karate Kid movies, not to mention the references to other movies and songs from the 1980s. Still, the show never relied solely on nostalgia to tell its story. Cobra Kai introduced several new characters, most of whom became fan favorites. Cobra Kai's biggest selling point may have been the returns of Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, but the show has long grown beyond its original premise. The rivalries and love triangles involving names like Miga, Robbie, Sam, and Tori are what have truly defined Cobra Kai for the past 5 seasons. Therefore, it would be a mistake not to revisit these characters eventually. Cobra Kai concluding with Season 6 makes sense, but the show's main characters have arguably become as big as Daniel LaRusso did during the first 3 films and could be involved in future projects. A legacy Cobra Kai sequel featuring the same cast would bring it full circle. The students would now be the sensei, again. A composite image of Johnny Lawrence looking on with karate students fighting in the background in Cobra Kai custom image by Dalton Norman. A Cobra Kai-style sequel to Cobra Kai would be a fun and clever way of continuing the show's legacy. Cobra Kai has become synonymous with good legacy sequels, offering the blueprint of how to reignite a franchise without relying on nostalgia only. The first season of Cobra Kai allowed longtime fans of the Karate Kid to see new sides of Johnny and Daniel, particularly their transformations from students to teachers. Johnny Lawrence made for a much better sensei than the one he had, whereas Daniel LaRusso honored Mr. Miyagi's lessons despite struggling to do so.